Hi, I'm Alejandra, and I'm a fourth-year mechanical engineering student at the Universidad de los Andes in Bogotá, Colombia.
And I'm Alejandra's imposter syndrome. Today, I'll stand by Alejandra's side while they describe a moment when they had to be resourceful, how they navigate constraints, and what did it reveal about their creativity or values.
But before that, here's a brief context. During my first year of university back in 2022, I joined a student initiative called Robocall, where we built a Martian rover for the University Rover Challenge held in the Utah Desert. I first joined the science subsystem where I helped designing mechanisms to collecting and analyzing soil sample. During 2 years, we worked incredibly hard along all the other subsystems to qualify for the competition.
You didn't make it, right?
Yeah, we didn't make it. But the next year, I became leader of the mechanical area and co-leader of my subsystem. So we decided to try again. And this time, we made it. There were a lot of tears, joy, and a lot of sleepless nights trying to get everything ready for the competition.
Once we arrived, the real challenges began. No matter how much you prepare, things never go exactly as planned.
During the first 3 missions, we had ups and downs. But by the time we reached our last mission, we had identified 2 major problems. First, the wheels. At some point, the rover wheels started slipping, so instead of moving forward, it just kept digging itself deeper and deeper, and we got completely stuck. Second, the soil in some of the science mission sites was extremely hard. So, our excavation wheel didn't have enough torque to dig in, and if we didn't dig in, we couldn't collect any soil sample, so we couldn't complete the mission. While brainstorming, I remember that on our way to the motel, we had to pass by what it looked like a junkyard, so that gave me an idea. The rover's wheel tread is way too narrow, so it didn't have enough grip to handle loose sand. So I thought, why don't we go on and find some old car tires and barbed wire, cut out some pieces of rubber, and we attach them to the rubber tire to make the thread look thicker.
Are you sure that'll work?
We discussed it for like 1 minute, and 4 of us jumped straight into the car. We cut the barbed wire of a loosened fence and took some tires back to the motel to try it out. Turns out, executing an idea takes a lot more than a minute of thinking. We quickly discovered that car tires have a metal mesh inside, so cutting them wasn't as simple as I thought.
We tried everything: saws, lighters, pliers, but the process was painfully slow and the sun was starting to set. That's when I realized that my great idea wasn't really working, and I started to get frustrated.
I told ya, you're not good enough.
But that moment taught me something really important. Solutions rarely come from the first idea. You have to adapt and listen. Then one of my teammates suggested something brilliant. What if we just wrap the wire around the wheel instead of attaching rubber pieces? It wouldn't make the thread thicker, but it might improve traction. So that's what we did. And surprisingly, it worked. The rubber stopped slipping and started to move way more steadily and on the loose sand.
Okay, lucky guess.
Yes, but the second problem was still there. The excavation wheel. This time, the issue wasn't the grip. It was power.
That's when I thought, if the wheels had enough force to dig accidentally, could we use that to our advantage?
I asked my teammates if we could use one of the front wheels to loosen up the soil. After some testing, they found a way to alternate the wheel's speed and directions to keep the rover stable while one wheel dug into the ground. And it worked perfectly. Even she knows. Even my assistant behind the camera knows. One of the front wheels broke the hard soil, so the excavation wheel was able to collect the sample. We finished the mission perfectly.
We were completely thrilled. We celebrated, cried, and danced. Even the judges were amazed by the creativity behind that solution. I learned that being resourceful isn't just about inventing something new. It's about finding new ways to use what you already have and turning one problem into a solution for another.
So, maybe you were good after all.
Maybe, but I think it's less about being good enough and more about learning to trust yourself, even when you're scared, or tired, or lost in the desert.
In the end, I proved to myself that creativity is not only thinking outside the box, it's staying resilient enough to rebuild the box again and again until it finally works. Don't you believe me? Try me.